Chase Elliott knows all too well about retaliation. Last year during the Bristol night race, the Hendrick Motorsports driver didn't take too kindly to a move by Kevin Harvick late in the race that cut his tire and ended any chances at victory. After repairing the tire, the 2020 Cup Series champion returned to the track, where he proceeded to slide into the door of the Stewart-Haas car before strategically positioning himself in front of the number 4, preventing him from winning and allowing his teammate Kyle Larson to cruise on to victory. As we all know, that wasn't the end of it. Elliott found himself on the receiving end of a retaliatory strike several weeks later at the Charlotte Roval when Harvick dumped him in Stage 3 before mirror watching and karma dumped him later in the race. Elliott never had to retaliate because he advanced in the playoffs and Harvick didn't. Merry offseason. This season, Elliott has been Mr. Consistency, scoring one top 10 finish after another. He won his first race of 2022 at Dover. Since that race, it's been a struggle for the number 9 team, with 3 finishes of 20th or worse, including last weekend at Worldwide Technology Raceway. However, it wasn't Elliott's finish that everyone was talking about after the race, but his involvement in the second of 2 incidents with Ross Chastain in Stage 2. After Chastain dumped Denny Hamlin early in the stage, the Trackhouse Racing driver made it 3 wide and got into the left rear of the number 9 Chevrolet, sending it for a spin. Moments after it happened, Elliott's crew chief Alan Gustafson told his driver what needed to happen.
If we get a chance, let's not mess it up like the rest did. Oh yeah, no worries on that.
When the field lined up for the restart, Elliott appeared to be in prime position to complete his mission, with Chastain starting directly in front of him. When the race resumed, Elliott got into the rear of the number 1 and eventually sent him into the outside wall, but with limited damage. He had another swing several laps later and whiffed. Chastain finished the race 8th. Elliott finished 21st. This week during the Dale Jr. download, Dale Earnhardt Jr. talked about the Chastain-Elliott interactions and offered his thoughts on the situation, which were more intriguing because of his past relationships with Elliott and Gustafson.
Chase's crew chief, is on the radio telling Chase, like, look, we get the opportunity to park him, you make it count, right? And Chase tried, shoved him down into 1.
He got him pretty good.
He saved it. Hit him again in the middle of 1 and 2, and I think he might have hit the wall, but he saved it, whatever. And then he tried to swipe at him as he's going by, too, all in the same corner.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, Chase, that was okay. Wasn't quite what I think the doctor ordered. Wasn't quite what was requested. But because Alan, his crew chief, he don't play.
No, he don't.
He's like, I want him in the fence.
You felt that first person, haven't you?
And I don't think Chase gave him what he asked for.
No.
But Chase put an effort in there.
Not good enough.
Earnhardt said a few minutes later in the race, when Chastain passed Elliott on the inside and almost caused the number 9 to get into a wreck with B.J. McLeod, he couldn't help but think what was going through Gustafson's mind.
Yeah. And so I'm wondering, in that moment, when Ross is feeding it back to Chase, if Alan's sitting on the pit box going, if we'd have finished him off the first time, we wouldn't be sitting here doing this.
Earnhardt and his crew discussed how Chastain knows that he is still owed by Hamlin and Elliott for what happened because neither one of them sufficiently paid him back. He proposed that this week Gustafson might have had a talk with Elliott about what happened and what he expects from his driver in the future when the opportunity presents itself.
I feel like there was another scenario where Alan asked Chase to handle something and it didn't quite get handled the way I think Alan was insinuating. And I have to wonder at this point, is Alan sitting in a room somewhere with Chase this week going, hey, look, do you need some advice on how to wreck people? Because I've asked you a couple times now. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see Chase do something down the road, if only to prove himself to his crew chief, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has a little bit of a bravado on the line.
Mm-hmm.
If Elliott needs a template, he has to look no further than last season. Kevin Harvick showed him how to do it.